9 years ago, the former Director General of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, Professor Ndi Okereke-Onyiuke, was forcefully swept away from office alongside her management team by the Securities and Exchange Commission. SEC, under the leadership of Aroma Ote, said there was fraud at the NSE and the management team was asked to go. Professor Okereke-Onyiuke and her management team contested the issue, and it lasted in the court for more than 9 years. Now, there has been amicable settlements on the issue. That's the focus of our program today. To discuss the issue with me is a stockbroker, Charles Farbroker, who is a dealer with Foresight Securities. Charles, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
This has been a landmark case in the Nigerian capital market, and it dragged on for a very long time, almost a decade. But now we've seen with the settlements from the court, it appeared that Professor Okereke did no wrong. So what were the forces that were arrayed against her? Why did it happen this way?
Well, one would not say there are forces here and there, but we'll say the SEC management, SEC leadership at that time believed that there were a lot of mismanagement, a lot of financial impropriety going on in the stock exchange, price manipulation, and so many other things, according to the SEC leadership at that time. So they went into action with the security agencies and the ex-DG was removed. However, the investigations that further went on clearly shows that probably the former DG did not actually do anything wrong.
The issue must have caused great confidence crisis in the capital markets, affecting investments from both local and foreign players. Did we need that to happen to this struggling economy?
Yes, as at that time, you also recall that it was that same period that we're having this economic meltdown in the world, aside from the US. Of course, that crisis of confidence in the capital market in Nigeria contributed a lot to investors losing confidence in the Nigerian market. And like you have said, both domestic and foreign investors were actually discouraged. In fact, most people left the market and went elsewhere. It became difficult for issuers to raise funds from the market at that period.
We have seen broad-based settlements coming out from the High Court and even the appeal courts that the matter also reached. And we've seen certain elements of balance resolution. They call out of court or alternative
dispute resolution.
Option.
By Lagos State government.
Yes. One, that this DG was not and should not be registered as one that was fired. Rather, she should retire from her position as the NSE DG and chairman of CSS. I mean, how do you look at the issue?
Yeah, like you have said in your intro, in the capital market, we don't need this kind of crisis. And like you said, the matter went for almost a decade and investors suffered. There was crisis of confidence in the market. There was crisis of confidence in the leadership of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So after the appeal court judgment, the parties concerned, the former DG and some of our management staff, and of course, SEC and NSE, they now came to a compromise, an acceptable settlement that was win-win-win-win for all, which for me, I think, my own opinion, is best in the interest of the market, and such issues should not even arise in the first place. However, since it has happened, we are very happy the way the matter has come to a logical conclusion.
Charles, what do you say about what appears as leadership crisis in the capital market? Right now, you will not say that there is peace at the Securities and Exchange Commission. There is none, as far as I know. And can the market continue, in this fashion?
Well, yes, you have said it. The capital market is the market that we must have fit and proper person to run the affairs, because the operators, you make them to go through a lot of tests, a lot of scrutiny for them to be fit and proper to operate in the market. Now, if the leadership is perceived to be wanting in any of these issues, then of course there is a crisis of confidence in the leadership of the regulator. it is not good for the market. Foreign investors will be discouraged.
What Professor Okereke-Onyiuke went through, is it the proper way to reward people who have worked, for the society?
Like I said, it's not the proper way to reward an hard-working Amazon of Nigeria. It's not the proper way. But the leadership of SECAS at that time believed that there was something wrong. They might be acting in error, or they just acted in error. And of course, the court judgment is there for everybody to see.
As it is, we do hope that this kind of situation won't repeat itself in the market again. Don't you pray that?
Yes, we don't want that to happen in the market again. We've learned our lessons. Regulators too have also learned their lesson. In fact, even the Ministry of Finance, operators, everybody, the ecosystem in the Nigerian economy, Nigerian capital market, we have all learned our lesson, and this will not repeat
Charles,
itself.
thank you very much for coming on this show.
Thank you, Effiong.
Charles Fagroka from Foresight Securities has been my guest, and we've been focusing on the issue that has broke down the stock market for nearly 9 years, and that's the settlement between the former DG of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, Professor Ndi Okereke-Onyiuke, and the Nigerian Stock Exchange, as supervised by the High Court, Lagos. Back to you.
Well, that's our package for you today on Business Week. I'll leave you with the graphics of the commodities market. Join us again next week for a fresh edition. I am Tolu Lokpe Ogunjobi. Thank you for watching.